So we got movie news episode 2. Now, I told you I was going to record this on Sunday, but my thought was this. Godzilla vs. Kong's trailer comes out Sunday, and we know this, and I thought it would be a lot better if I recorded on a different day. And so we're going to record it Friday and talk about some of the news. This week was actually not as packed as last week. Now, again, I'm not doing a play-by-play of every news story that dropped this week. If I miscommunicate any information, put it down in the comments below. If you think I missed any story, feel free to put that in the comments. I'm just talking about the stuff I want to talk about that interests me. The first one up is, this is a confirmed thing, and they have a release date, but I can't remember the release date, but it doesn't matter. I don't think this is going to happen. They announced a Willy Wonka prequel, which I don't think is going to happen. They want Tom Holland to be a younger Willy Wonka. Bullshit. Don't make this. Here's my thought. Willy Wonka is a classic, but it's kind of a weird classic because it did not do well when it came out originally, and now it is a huge phenomenon classic movie. I grew up watching it. I love it. I own it on Blu-ray. I owned it on DVD. I'm probably going to upgrade to 4K when that comes out, I believe, this year. Love this movie. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the remake, is terrible, but that doesn't matter. It's this classic that people are aware of, but it didn't do well in the theaters. I don't know why they think this is a viable enough property that they could do something with. And we saw with Charlie that showing Willy Wonka's backstory is a mistake, and they should never, ever, ever do that because it's just a bad idea. The whole point of Willy Wonka in the original was that you don't know his motivations. He's creepy. He's scary. Gene Wilder actually said that he was going to do he came out with the cane and wanted to do this role, and he said, if I don't do this part where my character first comes out and I'm walking on a cane, then I won't do the movie. Because the whole point of his character in the movie, I don't know so much in the book, I haven't read the book, but he does this little role, so you think he's handicapped when he first comes out, but then you see, oh, he did a little role. That's interesting. So you don't know whether to trust this guy or not. And it's such an interesting idea. And so if you give layers onto that and you show us his backstory, it destroys all of that. It's a terrible idea, and I get it. It's a valuable property. We want to do more with it, but there has to be a better way. I could see them making a Willy Wonka sequel and it being okay. I mean, not good, but okay. I just don't see the point in any of this. But yeah. And then we have Liam Neeson, who says he's retiring from action movies. But then there was also a news story that came out and said that he is looking to reboot the Naked Gun movies, which don't do that. First of all, the Naked Gun movies are classics. They're really funny movies. They're really great action kind of spoof movies. But then there's the other side of it, that they're also in a lot of controversy because O.J. Simpson is in those movies, and he's a role that people share around across the internet, and he's still a really funny part in those movies and a great part in those movies. But I don't know if you know this, O.J. Simpson killed his wife pretty brutally, so yeah, I wouldn't want to reboot. And there's no way Liam Neeson is gonna make these as good and as funny as the originals, of course. And Liam Neeson isn't gonna make them funny. They're going to be a serious action movie, which, if you make a serious action movie with Liam Neeson, it's not Naked Gun. So don't do it. That's my best bet. I guess. Oh yeah. Let's get back to one of my reoccurring segments in the show. What's coming out this week? So there are two things that are coming out this week that everybody should know about. So the first one is The Little Things. Sorry, I was trying to think of the title. This was a theater slated movie that is now coming to HBO Max, of course, because their whole 2021 slate is, and this is one of the first ones that's dropping this year so far, and that one is dropping right this Friday, on the same day as the 4th episode of WandaVision. I did watch the 3rd episode, no spoilers, great episode. I think that one should have come out last week with the first 2 episodes, and then they should have been dropping it week to week afterwards because of the way that one ends, but that did not happen. So, but yeah, we got Little Things coming out, and this has Jared Leto, Rami Malek, and Denzel Washington. Looks fantastic. I'm really, really anticipating that, and I still have to check out One Night in Miami, which just came out on Amazon Prime. And I also need to talk about the new Pixar popcorn shorts. I'm still talking about the Looney Tunes shorts first, but yeah. So I'm talking about various things right now, and but yeah, the week after we got Kid Cosmic, which I'm really excited for on Netflix because this is a movie that it's a series created by Guillermo del Toro. Not Guillermo del Toro. Why did I say Guillermo del Toro? Craig McCracken, the creator of Powerpuff Girls and Foster Some for Imaginary Friends, and Wander Over Yonder, great shows. And so yeah, I'm really excited for that. But that doesn't come out till the week after this week, so and we got Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Season 2 that just dropped this Friday. I haven't watched that yet, so I need to watch a lot of stuff this week and do videos on them. But yeah, I expect those coming soon. But yeah, I am watching a lot of content right now and doing a lot of videos right now. And the next video I have planned is probably WandaVision. So stay tuned for that. The next thing I want to talk about is Connected. I didn't think this was going to happen. Sony had previously said that their kind of plan was not to give movies to streaming. They want all their movies to go to theaters, but now Wish Dragon was a Sony Pictures animated movie, and when they were announcing their 2021 animated movie slate, Wish Dragon was on that list, and they said, hey, this is Sony Pictures kind of Chinese animated movie, we're putting this on a platform. I was like, okay. And my prediction was, or not my necessarily prediction, but one thing I said that they should do is just put that on Netflix, because why not? Connected does not need to go to theaters. Well, apparently that is actually happening now, and they retitled it. There's no release date for it yet. It's called Mike Mitchell versus the Machines, which I think was the original title of it, and I'm confused. Like, they switched the title in development, called it Connected, and then they switched it back when they're putting it on Netflix. Such a bizarre business practice, but yeah. I'm really excited for this movie. I think it's by Phil Lord and Chris Miller, at least they had some involvement. It looks interesting. I don't like the animation style very much because I think it actually kind of hurts my eyes a little bit. I don't know. But we'll see. I like that it's at least a creative art style, but creative doesn't always mean good. It just means it's different, and different isn't always good, but isn't always bad, so we'll see. But yeah, my thing about this, though, is they do have Hotel Transylvania 4 slated for this year, and Peter Rabbit 2. My guess, Hotel Transylvania 4 will get delayed until 2022, and Peter Rabbit 2 will just drop on Netflix. Because there's just no reason it needs to go to theaters at all. The first one, sure, I guess it did okay, but let's put it on Netflix. Yeah, and then yeah, and I already mentioned this, but I'm gonna mention it one more time. Stay alert. King Kong versus Godzilla trailer dropping Sunday. I'm very, very, very excited for that. So, and then let's talk about some big Disney Plus drops. Dinosaurs. Dinosaurs, if you don't know, was this ABC sitcom that you know you've probably seen the clips of the baby going, "Not the mama, not the mama," and this was co-produced by the Jim Henson Company. They did a lot of the dinosaur designs, and it's kind of a sitcom, a family sitcom with dinosaurs, and it's the first season's kind of but it's a really unique sitcom after that, and I think you should definitely watch it. But anyways, this series is actually coming to Disney Plus this upcoming Friday because they finally sorted out all the rights issues and they got a date for it. And this was one of those things that when Disney Plus dropped, they said, we must have this right away on Disney Plus, and people were clamoring for it. So it's finally coming to Disney Plus. Great series. I love this show. I'll probably be rewatching some of these episodes because a lot of these episodes, I've seen them all and I love them. Fantastic show. I'm really, really, really excited for that. And then the other big announcement that came out this week was The Muppet Show, which The Muppet Show, it was something that I didn't think would come to Disney Plus for years because there's all kinds of rights issues from what I understood anyways. And but they announced February 19th, so about 3 weeks away, you're going to get all 5 seasons of The Muppet Show. Now, why this is such a big deal is not because it's just a big get for Disney Plus, but it's also, there was only 3 seasons that were ever released on DVD of The Muppet Show. The last 2 seasons were never released. So there are great episodes on there. There's an episode where Christopher Reeve guest stars and all kinds of stuff. That's right, Superman and all that stuff. And yeah, just a lot of stuff of the Muppets that as a huge Muppet fan, I have not been able to purchase on iTunes, Amazon Prime, anywhere you rent movies and stuff like that. I can't buy it on DVD, and so these are episodes that I will be seeing actually for the first time ever, which is just kind of sad that I've never been able to view these before, but hey, I'm really, really freaking excited for this. As a huge Muppet fan, and the nice thing about this is, I don't think Muppets Now did very well on Disney Plus, and if this show were to be viable, like Muppet Show, like kind of like The Simpsons, right? The Simpsons isn't original content, but it's constantly trending, it's constantly being talked about, it's their most viewed show on the platform. And if this is something that they see viable, that means that they will be able to see, okay, the Muppets are still a viable brand, we can still put them in the parks, we can still make merchandise, and we can, maybe produce more content for Disney Plus, maybe not another series, but maybe like a special, a movie, who knows? But yeah, I think that's a big deal for me as a Muppet fan. I think everyone who's a Muppet fan should be aware of this news and be at least excited, because even if you've seen all these episodes and you don't really have any interest in viewing them again for a long time, this is still a good news, because it means more people will be able to access them and more people will be able to watch them and to be talking about them, and it will put the Muppets back into the spotlight again, because it's time to light the lights, it's time to play the music on the Muppet Show tonight. I don't know. But yeah, I'm really excited for all that. Now, I'm bringing this up. I don't really know this show, but there was a show that was, from what I understand, slated for Disney Plus. Then it went to Disney Channel because it wasn't good enough for Disney Plus. And I'm only bringing this up to say this is interesting news for good reason. So I don't know the name of the show. It doesn't matter. But this show is releasing the first 5 episodes on Disney Plus in just a couple weeks. Now, what this means is, previously, Disney Plus would wait until an entire season for a show is over. And so that you'd wait, so they'd air the whole season, which airing a whole season takes about a year, right? And then you get that, and then you have to wait 2 other extra months after the season ended, right? Compare this to Hulu, which Hulu has, FX shows and things like that. Well, when, like Family Guy, for example. Family Guy will air an episode on Fox, and next day it's up on Hulu. And you can view it on there. And that's how the platform works, and that's why Hulu is so successful. Well, one of the many reasons, but, right, people watch shows that way, but Disney Plus has never adopted that, whether it's Disney Channel or National Geographic, which are the 2 main big channels that Disney has that have content that people want to watch and access, right? To watch The Owl House, I had to wait a whole year or more for that season to wrap up. So everybody had already talked about and seen and viewed the show, so it kind of ruins any press, right? Because if you were putting this out as it airs on TV, maybe if I have Disney Plus and cable, maybe I could go, oh, what's this, The Owl House? I see it pop up on Disney Plus, 5 episodes are there, I check them out, and I go, oh, I kind of want to check this out. Where's this air? Disney Channel. Okay, and then maybe I'll stay in for season 2 instead of, oh, well, if I have to wait a whole year instead of waiting a whole year till the season's wrapped up, and by that time probably season 2 is already airing for some of these shows, it's a bad business practice, and I'm happy that they're saying, yeah, we'll fix that, we'll do better, and I applaud Disney Plus for at least making the first attempt to do better. I think it's just a disgusting business practice to make people wait so long, because Disney knows cable's a dying medium. All these companies know cable is a dying medium, and just kind of forcing them to, fit into these little boxes and do that thing is just irritating. And yeah, but we will see, but I think that's about it for all the news I wanted to talk about for this week. Yeah, like I said, a lighter week than last week. I think the last week's episode was about 30 minutes long. But yeah, I mean, there's some stuff, I talked about lots of stuff. But, I did want to talk about stuff, and I did, so... Let me know if I missed anything down in the comments below. Let me know if I missed any information that you would be willing to drop down in the comments below. But cool. Like, share, and subscribe. Do all that, and stay tuned later for my review of WandaVision Episode 3.